body, every size, every line, every girl, every guy, everybody who don't identify.
Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. I hope you fans of my Haunted Side of TikTok series are ready, because today we are visiting 5 more unexplainable videos from the haunted side of TikTok. Lately I've really been focusing on like ARG content, more like online storytelling that we can solve and that there's puzzles to and all sorts of stuff. But today is just 5 videos that I found that keep me up at night that I just want to show to you and maybe throw around some ideas of what they could possibly be. Before we hop right into the haunted side of TikTok, I want to thank the sponsors of today's video, Function of Beauty. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you may have already heard me talk about Function of Beauty, but it is my go-to source for hair care products, especially in quarantine when we really aren't supposed to leave the house. That's because Function of Beauty delivers personalized hair care to fit your routine and your specific hair needs straight to your door for an affordable price. All you have to do to get started and incorporate Function of Beauty into your hair care routine is to fill out their simple 2-minute quiz talking about your hair type, your hair goals, and so much more. You even get to pick the color, the fragrance, how much of the fragrance you want. I really like to be able to like smell my hair, so I chose the Cherry Blossom scent for both the shampoo and the conditioner. However, I chose different colors so that I could tell them apart really easily. I have this like sea foamy green and this really pretty pink. You can even choose the name that is printed on the bottle. So mine says Function of Loey on it. You can get anything you want. There are no parabens, sulfates, GMOs, or toxins, and it's 100% vegan and cruelty-free. Function of Beauty does not just have shampoo and conditioner, they also have incredible hair treatments. I use the hair treatment mask the last time I washed my hair, and it is super shiny and healthy, and I love it. You can sign up for delivery every 2, 3, or 6 months, so you don't have to worry about when you are getting your next bottle of shampoo, conditioner, and hair care product. And you guys can use my link down below for 20% off of your first order of Function of Beauty. Thank you so much, Function of Beauty, for sponsoring today's video and for saving this head of hair. And let's get right into these 5 videos from the haunted side of TikTok. This first video is from a user called Gabrielle.Quinn, and she says in the beginning of it that they decided to explore the abandoned insane asylum in Cedro Woolley. I'm not entirely sure where that is, but the drive was an hour and a half long, and they got there, and at first everything seemed relatively normal, just like a creepy abandoned place. But then as they were about to leave, they heard this.
Ashley.
That is what sounds like a woman screaming, "Help me, help me," over and over and over again. And you can tell that the girls' demeanors have completely and totally changed. This really freaks me out, and a lot of the comments were saying that this almost seemed like somebody was trying to lure them into the woods behind this abandoned asylum. Luckily, it seems like the girls did not go and investigate, and I'm really glad that they didn't, because I agree with the comments of people that say this almost seems like a trafficking thing. I've heard of stuff like this in the past, that women or somebody will disguise their voice as a woman. They'll scream and make it seem like they're in trouble, and then women or girls or people will just run out to help, and then they get sucked into whatever's going on. But it makes you wonder what was happening in those woods and why the person was crying for help. The second video is from Holly Armstrong 20, and when I tell you guys that so many of you tagged me in this video, it was my entire list of mentions. I'm not mad about it. I always appreciate when you guys tag me in your creepy finds on TikTok. Don't forget that you can tag me at LoeyBugXO. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, and you guys can just let me know anytime you find anything weird, because that literally determines what I make my next videos on. But in this video, somebody is recording what looks like a doll in the top of their closet, and the doll is clicking its feet together. I have watched this so many times, and I guess like I don't even know how that could be faked unless somebody was just sitting there with a string maybe. But even then, like, she zooms out pretty far and then zooms in, so I literally don't know how it could be not real, but it's so intense that I'm skeptical. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Holly says in the caption, 5 seconds before I jetted out of this house and threw a match behind me. Don't blame her for that. I wish I could get a clearer view of the doll or its face or anything, because it's just like ominous little feet tappies hanging over the edge of this closet. I don't like it. I don't like it here at all. And this one gets a 0 out of 10. I feel very unsafe. This next video seems like a classic case of filming something and not even necessarily realizing what you catch on camera. This dad, whose t-shirt says Rad Dad, I agree, he seems like a rad dad, was walking with his son when something very, very weird happened. And I'm just gonna let the video speak for itself.
Okay, so this is the craziest shit I've seen so far. I was taking the trash out with my son and he kept pointing at the mirror and waving and I didn't know why. So I pulled the camera out and I can't believe I caught this. That's Rowan.
If you didn't catch it, I'll zoom in as I'm talking about it now, but the son turns away from the mirror and somehow there is a face of a little boy still staring back at him. And I don't know how that could be. And then after a moment, it just vanishes. It's odd too that the son was pointing directly at that spot on the mirror, like pointing at, you know, you would think it would just be his own reflection, but he was pointing at it and then a face was literally left behind in the mirror. That one is truly, truly, truly bizarre. I don't know how that could possibly be. I don't know if it's supposed to be a copy of his face that stayed in the mirror, like is it an alternate dimension kind of thing? Is it a ghost that was looking back at him that just looks somewhat similar? It is very weird, deeply unsettling, and does not make my intense fear and phobia of mirrors and windows any less difficult. This next video is a video on a Rando Nautica adventure, and you guys already know my stance on Rando Nautica, that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan, but this person went on a Rando Naut trip, and I thought at the very least we could watch her video because it seems as though she found some stuff.
Guys, I'm freaking the out. I tried to use the Rando Nautica app for a second time and this old abandoned house is literally the location that it led me to. I wasn't that freaked out when I was inside because my sister was waiting outside for me. This room was really hard to walk through. There was tons of overturned furniture and broken glass on the ground. Then I get into this bedroom. Look, there's a noose hanging from the ceiling. I literally didn't even notice until I left and I was rewatching the footage. I was like filming the gas can or whatever that is on the bed and I was like, wait, what is that on the ceiling right there? Why was there a noose hanging? Someone please give me answers, tell me.
Of course, you should never trespass whenever you go randonauting or whenever you just go exploring in general, but she did go into this abandoned house and found some pretty interesting things. It looked obviously very desolate and creepy, but then there was a rope hanging from the ceiling. Very disturbing. It certainly did not... I wouldn't have shown this if it had looked like very much like a scene where something had happened, but still like deeply unsettling to even think that it was there. The house just gives me very strange vibes, and I'm putting it into a haunted side of TikTok video because while no, we didn't necessarily see anything crazy happening in terms of like ghost activity or whatever, the whole idea behind randonauting is that it's all of these points of intense energy. So it's like something called her to this house and then there is a rope hanging from the ceiling and the place is abandoned and super weird. So let me know what you guys think of that down below. Let me know if you subscribe to the theory that like maybe ghosts are leading people where they want them to be with Rando Nautica, not Rando Naut. Randonauting is when you do the Rando Nautica app. Very complex. Last but not least, I found the account of this woman, Chelsea Banker, who was moving out of her house, it seems, when her son began talking to something in the moving van.
So tell me why we are loading up the moving truck and our son runs up here to this spot, looks back here and waves and says, "Hi, Jake." So my husband and I ask him who he's talking to, and he is very adamant that it is Jake, which he also said was the little boy's name like a week ago when we asked him what his name was. We don't know any Jakes. I mean, like, we know Jakes. He doesn't know any Jakes, and he's not even 2 yet. So how would he remember to say the same name twice like a week apart.
So whatever was in the moving van had the name Jake, and Jake is a name that they have heard previously. Very weird that this like 2-year-old kid comprehends the name Jake over like a long period of time, like remembers it as though it's an imaginary friend or something. I'm super freaked out by it and totally believe that was a ghost trying to catch a ride to the next house in their moving van. But what's weirder is I found a video from July 18th after this where she shows like a final video of the house and what happened the last time she was there.
So we finally handed in keys and we were totally done at the old place. I was going through taking pictures to show my husband how good everything looked, and I kept catching this blue orb. I didn't notice it though until we got home. There's 3 of them down there. The weird thing about the blue orb is when we seen an orb messing with my son, it was also blue. And it stays true in its color. It doesn't ever change. Here's a video of the basement light going crazy when I went to go down there to get some paint. And you can see the blue orb once again there. And then after I'd gotten done mopping the whole floor, I wore my shoes the whole time and I was home alone, this huge footprint showed up out of nowhere.
So between like the orbs and the weird basement light flickering and the little kid saying hi to a Jake, definitely seems like something weird was going on with that house, and hopefully they haven't really experienced anything at the new house. But I did see a video on her page and it was just her son kind of like babbling and like little baby talk about monsters and Jake again. So I don't know. I will keep an eye on this account and see if anything else happens. But for now, I want to say thank you guys for joining me in another deep dive into the haunted side of TikTok. I love doing these videos and there's so much content out there that I just love exploring. So if you guys like these, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you've been already. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.